Hi everyone, and Dragon with you. So today I'd like to show you a fight against Armifera Fatum. That's a super long living guild, golden. So actually this guild was top 1 gold when I played at Bronze League long time ago. So that's super experienced players and I really appreciate getting some fights with them. So I think that's of course a super challenge for my guild. You see that they just erased my clan, but actually still that was kind of nice. So if you check their teams, then probably you see that they play mostly K'arkh packs, but also they add some Keira teams. So we have some nice Keira teams, I'll show you. Then we also have Hellios somewhere, so they probably know that I play Yasmine, Super Yasmine, so they get Hellios teams here. Also, we have combinations of Keira and Yasmine. I fought with this combination today. That's kind of nice, and that was painful for my stack. Then we have some other combinations, and as you can see, so for example, this team is super irritating for me because we have Keira and Hellios. That means if I play Yasmine, then she jumps straight into Keira, get burnt with Hellios meanwhile, so that's not what I want to fight against. And we see that they have more champions than they need space, so some of them don't have teams here, so the guildmaster can pick which teams will fight. And as you can see, this time we occupied almost all spaces around, so this slot is defended by Frank, and this team is a damage absorbing team. So what I want to say is that actually I tried to use two my strong players here and both failed because we have Jorgen, which can be cloned with Faceless. So if Faceless clone some of these characters, then obviously it's much harder to go through. It's kind of very irritating here. So I could not fight with Frank personally because I had other players to deal with, and that's why we still could deal some damage, as you can see. So thanks for this guild for not letting us fight your best teams. Probably you know that K'arkh teams are okay for my Yasmine team, and that's why they collected just several nice teams with Keira combinations, with Keira Yasmine, as you've seen, damage absorber team, and other Keira teams. So I really appreciate this experience. I had to try hard to fight with them. That was not super fast. And also, unlike the previous time, I decided that if I just try, I can break the bridge part. So we have Justin here who plays a nice Earth team. Obviously against Earth opponent will get fire, but for my guild we don't have a super fire team. So I played first of all Earth against that and then another Earth and then just everything to finish. So Justin has a nice team. He has healing here, he has defense against fire, that's Sigurd obviously. And probably my choice was to fight with Justin, to fight with GTA. Hope I read him right, because they don't have healing except of Super Titan. And I decided to ignore the water team because their totem will probably heal everything back and we don't get any points. So that was my decision about Guild War. Let me show you some log. So today we play here. As you can see, I managed to find Highlander against Vanos Knights. So that was a strong Keira team, and the reason why I decided that he will best fit here is Hellios. So I can't fight with Hellios, probably we have Merlin on Hellios here, so I didn't not want to risk anyway. And let's see. Another serious reason is that they don't actually have anti-magic protection. So we have nice Orion, Nebula obviously, but just nobody can provide anti-magic protection. That's why this team was ruined. Then I needed to do something with Jablox. I hope I correctly pronounced that name, if not then sorry. So we have a problem here that also he plays nice Keira and a Super Orion. So Super Orion is probably the main problem here, and also nice Celeste healer. So I tried to win with Dmitry, that's my general, but Dmitry did not do that because Orion is super annoying, so I'll show you quite fast how everything happened here. You see that Yasmine tries hard to remove Keira, that's obviously a nice move, but meanwhile Yasmine gets shot. And then, soon after that, we have Orion, we have Keira splash damage, and Axel helps to survive. So because of Axel, I can't guarantee that we finish here. Yasmine fails to kill Keira, and I see that in general, my general, yes, he failed. So after that, I thought, okay, let me try that later on. Let me try MIC. So what about MIC? He has a nice amount of damage dealers, so Super Keira, nice Orion, great Yasmine. So I guess that this character really rely on Keira, and she's very strong here. Plus buffs from Nebula. So I think that actually this is a kind of solid team, but the idea is to destroy your opponent faster than he destroys you. So just to waste 1 or 2 tries of the opponent. Only Nebula can heal here, and you will see that that kind of works. So check this out. I'm vulnerable to mages because I did not believe that my Cornelius can survive a super Keira damage. Try to switch into light mode here, and here we go. So obviously my Qin Mao is designed to stop enemy Yasmine. That's exactly what I wanted. But I did not manage to remove Keira totally, so I removed 1 more of her lives, and the enemy is charged now. So on the one hand I did nicely, but on the other the enemy is charged, so the next fighter will suffer. But I removed enough health from characters, so I hope that now Highlander can burn enemy Yasmine. And that's exactly what I wanted to happen. Check this out. So nobody attacked Yasmine, that's why she does not dance. So now Yasmine has a target, Yasmine starts dancing, and Yasmine is burned. Exactly what I wanted to have. Now one more time. So no more Yasmine, no more Keira. I did enough damage, and as a result my Highlander general managed to remove top damage dealers. Now we just need to remove what remains from MIC, and I decided also to finish Shabra because I did not believe that it's an easy target. We have Keira and Super Orion here, so in general you see that the damage is pretty impressive. So this team can destroy you kind of fast. That's an eliminate team, I would say too. I'm not super protected from magic, and my target is obviously Orion. So with armor penetration from Qin Mao, I managed to deal enough damage to Orion, block healing, then we go to Keira, and as a result, when we removed 2 top damage dealers, we can just finish the entire team with no serious trouble. So that was my plan, it worked, and for now everything's fine. I will also try to fight with Justin with Earth/Fire teams because we have a hybrid team for the opponent. That's why I used my Earth/Fire teams to get some damage. You see that it worked. Then Termit tried to finish MIC. He succeeded. Just we have 2 characters to finish. And Alex also nicely damaged Justin. And that's the point where we started having problems because other characters kind of weak, and I needed Earth teams to finish, so I tried water. That was not super effective. Anyway. Okay, so next fight is Dirt Dozen, so hopefully he managed to remove one of super irritating opponents. As you can see, he did nothing against Frank, so just 0 points, but he managed to do serious team here. So the reason why I chose team is that actually we cannot rely on Yasmine because she gets burned with healers. We cannot rely on casual teams. That's why I picked a pure damage team represented by Dirty Dozen here, and with his stop energy ability with his ability to clone most valuable things. Nice cloning of Jorgen, by the way, from CISO double block energy. And this team does not have magic defense, so that's why I tried to destroy it with either mages, but Highlander was already used 2 times, so with pure damage still okay. We have 3 physical damage reduction here, and the Super Keira not allowing to use Yasmine. That's why I'm really glad that Dirty Dozen managed to remove this team. And the last thing I wanted to show you is that the team, which actually looks like his, but also has another character. Let me show you the stats, just to understand what exactly happened here. So that was a serious team, but with the effective counter, we managed to beat it. And let's check Frank now. So Frank has like similar team, but he plays Martha to get health back, instead of Maya to deal more damage. So that was a nice encounter. As you can see, our opponent has a very strong Axel, and obviously that's a damage absorption team. So let me show some fights with this team, and I really appreciate Frank's team. So that's exactly a nice example of how Faceless can copy many useful abilities, and as a result you'll survive longer. So we've got 2 Faceless here. Nice try from Maya. And as you can see, as soon as it looks like the team gets some damage, then Celeste reswitches her ability, Martha reswitches ability, Faceless clones something, and we get stuck. So another try was from Dmitry. Obviously, I also would like to show you Dragon versus Calabar. So what happened here is actually he had a weaker team, but in general that's effective. So check this out. We have Super Keira against Hellios, and that's exactly how I planned to deal with Hellios. So my plan was to use Keira team because I could not afford fighting Yasmine. I didn't not want to risk anyway. And here we go. So the problem is that obviously Morgan hard countered by area over effects, damage over everything. No more Celeste, that means little healing in the future, no more healers, and as a result, Dragon managed to remove 2 most irritating characters here. So after that goes a long fight where nothing actually happens. Because it's long to remove Asteros, so let me just skip what exactly happened next. And then he needed to remove 3 characters who survived. Actually, that was not super hard because this time Yasmine has no serious problems, no more Celeste here, and here we go. So that's how we dealt main damage. Then I also tried Demon on Frank, that did not work. Anyway, let me show you the stats of these characters, just for record. So Merlin at Celeste, that's why she was annoying here. And let me show fight with Frank and what exactly I call damage absorption team. So as you can see, my general does not play armor penetration here, so he just relies on Yasmine and the buff from basically Galahad to improve her damage. As a result, the amount of damage is not even funny, so that's too weak. Still, he has some extra poison. He tries to deal a nice amount of damage, but instead, as soon as looks like that everything goes fine, Celeste goes into light form and Asteros is back into business. So now every part of damage is wasted and actually his energy is blocked and his team is ruined. So I really appreciate Frank's team. That's kind of a solid damage absorption team which managed to survive today against all our best champions, at least those who I sent there. Then we had some hard fights with Justin, so Probably he was activated as soon as the fight starts, so water teams just lost. Probably I didn't have to send them there. That wasn't the smartest decision anyway. And that's exactly what happened. So we've managed to record one part of breach. We managed to get all except Frank. And one more time, I would like to say that this experience is valuable. So enemy is very strong. He was top 1 guild for a long time. Then we had 2 guilds which ruined and their members reassembled into other golden guilds. That's why the balance is now other, and that's why that team get 4th place instead of 1st. Okay, so hope that video will help you too to get nice teams and to counter harder opponents than your teams. So good luck to you and see you in the next videos.